You just heard from founder and CEO of Preo, Richard Liang. As you heard, in fact, it's like an Uber for ordering food and drinks at bars, clubs, restaurants, all using your mobile device. So we want to hear what the judges have to say. Anna Khan joining us from Bessemer Ventures, Luke Williams, NYU Stern School of Business, author of Disrupt, and Laura Sachar from Starvest. So Anna, we will start with you. What did you think of Richard's pitch?
Richard, firstly, congrats on building so much early traction. It's incredibly impressive. I think my biggest question is, how are you going to be building scale on both sides of the marketplace? So one, how are you acquiring customers like myself to download the app? Are you using any paid acquisition tactics? And two, have you built a team to go door to door and acquire small, medium businesses?
We've actually built on the venue side to acquire the users or the venues. We're actually working with teams that are in the city who already distribute to these partners. So anyone like alcohol brands, venue promoters, event promoters, they already have the in with the venue, so that when we're working with them, we can have a team of guys who already have the relationships and are able to sign on the venues. On the consumer side, we have some viral factors that are built into the application that we're going to be launching very soon. Things like drink sharing, allowing you to split tabs. But realistically, what we found that's the most beneficial and the most cost-effective way to do this is working with alcohol brands. It's a very easy way for us to send people into a venue to onboard the guests who are already there. And it's also one of the reasons why we're launching with a citywide number of venues, so that the marketing collateral that we're putting out and the marketing spend that we're going to be using is actually going to generate the scale and the repeat usage that we're looking for.
Luke, what's your take?
Well, Richard, I'm Professor of Innovation. I've been teaching for 12 years, and I've got to tell you, every year a team of students comes up with some new app to revolutionise bars. They're all sick of standing in line waiting for drinks.
Luke, that's why.
There's something about graduate school and drinking beer. I don't know what it is. But, so, I think incredible app and platform you've created, but this is going to be a really crowded space. So talk to me about the protection on the IP you've got.
Sure.
Have you got a patent pending?
We do have a patent pending. It's not on the menu in the consumer-facing application. It's actually in how we allow the venue staff and the venues to implement our system. I was a bartender when I was an undergrad. I also did go to business school, and that's where the idea started. But realistically, we built our system with the staff in mind first. Our training time for the system that we've created is actually about 5 minutes, and we can implement in any venue, regardless of what point of sale system they have, if they have one or if they don't, within an hour. So that piece of the technology we think is very, very impactful and powerful. We do have a patent pending on it now. That's likely going to be the reason why we're successful. We have had competitors in the past who've used iPads or different types of systems, second screens, things that require lots of training for people within the hospitality industry, which has a very, very high turnover. So we really solved that piece of the problem first.
Yeah, because I was going to say, Richard, I mean, if you're a waiter or a waitress, you don't want to lose any time whatsoever, right? So this has to be easy to use.
Right. And you also don't have time to actually get trained up on a new system that you've already spent time training on your existing point of sale.
Laura, what's your take?
Well, Richard, first, very impressed to see a fellow Columbia Business School grad doing something like this, and terrific to see what's coming out of Columbia. It's become such an innovative business school. I have to, though, ask you along the lines of Luke's question on competition and trying to penetrate this market, which is a tough market, these small restaurants and bars. So what other value add do you plan to bring to the restaurants and bars? Are you going to be bringing them any kind of data or analytics about the customer to help maybe seal
the deal? Yeah.
Right. So the value proposition that we provide is one, an efficiency gain for when they are busy. But once they're not busy, when the consumer leaves, we actually have an open channel now for the venue owners and the managers to communicate directly with the consumers who have been placing orders within their venue. We understand consumer demographics. We know what they're spending from venue to venue. We can also very much understand which items they're actually spending on. So you think about a bar who's looking to promote to you versus to Luke, and maybe that they're sending you a white wine on a Thursday night as opposed to sending a beer to Luke. And we can understand all of that information and be able to feed that back to the venues and to the brands.
So, Richard, hold that thought. We're going to the lightning round. Anna, based on what you know, would you introduce Richard to your partners, yes or no?
Yes, I would. I actually think you sit on a lot of the roadmaps that Bessemer is exploring currently We love mobile-first technology. We like software for small, medium businesses. And we like consumer-facing software. We've had some big hits with LinkedIn, Yelp, and Pinterest. I would definitely take you to a second meeting, but then I would grill you with further questions, ask a lot of engagement data, how much are you actually spending to acquire these users, and to Luke's question, ask you about some other competitors that are a few months ahead of you. But sure. Yes, the answer is yes.
Luke, yay or nay?
It's definitely yes for me. Love it. But you've got to be about sales and distribution at this point. You've got the platform. It's all about making that pitch, like pitch perfect for the venues, right? What are the advantages in making the change? Because they're steeped in inertia of these old point of sale systems. So that's going to be the big challenge for you guys.
And Laura, your take?
Certainly fits our strategy, B2B. We invest in a lot of companies that are supporting retail, restaurants being related to that. The challenge is going to be competition and rising above that. And I think for us to go further, we'd want to see some more on that.
Okay. Well, Anna, Luke, and Laura, thank you very much for your feedback. Richard, thanks for coming in, pitching the idea. That is a wrap. We are going to have